Top stories on the news tonight. Vice President Yemi Osibajo in Maiduguri promises 30 megawatts gas power plant to augment supply from the national grid. Senator Ndume supports dry season farming, distributes water pumps to Mafa community in Goza. Plus, hike in prices of petroleum products contributes to increase in cost of ice block in Maiduguri at a time of high demand. A very good evening. You're welcome to NTA Maiduguri News at 7. Today, Thursday, 7th April 2022, which is also the 6th of Ramadan, 1443 after Hijrah. My name is Muhammad Ibrahim. Always good to have you join us. Ramadan Karim. Vice President Yemi Osibajo says the federal government has set machinery in motion for the establishment of a 30 megawatts gas power plant in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, to augment power supply from the national grid. The Vice President stated this during one-day official visit to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, to witness the formal handover of an edifice, Mohammed Indimi International Learning Center at the University of Maiduguri, donated by business mogul Dr. Mohammed Indimi. The event also featured handover of International Conference Center, inaugurated by President Muhammad Buhari in December last year. The Vice President, who landed at 11:20 a.m., was received by Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum and business mogul Dr. Mohammed Indimi at the Air Force Base in Maiduguri. While at the airport, the Vice President undertook an inspection tour of Oriental Energy Resources Limited hangar, conducted round by the Chairman and CEO, Alhaji Mohammed Indimi. Nigeria's Vice President, while formally handing over the Twin Learning and International Conference Centers to the University of Maiduguri, said the federal government's economic and stabilization plan will see to establishment of 6 solar plants of 5 megawatts each for Maiduguri metropolis.
The Buhari administration is also continuing to invest in the university. The University of Maiduguri is in the phase 2 of what we call the Energizing Education Program, funded through the Rural Education Agency. What is happening with that program is that the federal government, through the Rural Education Agency, in partnership with the World Bank, is now in the advanced stages of establishing a 12 megawatt solar power facility here in the university.
Professor Osibajo paid glowing tribute to the donor of the twin projects, Dr. Mohammed Indimi, for championing the cause for upliftment of education, as it is not the sole responsibility of government alone. Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum appreciated the Vice President for consistently boosting the resilience of Borno people by adding value on various official visits, citing positive impacts of the Northeast Children's Trust, and expressed gratitude to the donor whose business acumen has paid off for Borno people locally and internationally.
This is another milestone in the recovery and boosting of our resilience in critical infrastructure development as it affects the education sector.
The philanthropist Alhaji Mohammed Indimi said the donation of the 2 centers is to consolidate on the promotion of education at the tertiary level and provide opportunities for many students to acquire conducive education he did not enjoy as a child, and to complement his scholarship to over 1,000 students.
It is my sincere hope that the facility shall add value to the university programs.
Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Ali Shugaba, said the institution will use the structures to broaden the scope of achieving global relevance and express gratitude to the donor. The twin buildings cost 2.5 billion naira, equipped with 1,300 seating capacity conference hall, 800 capacity auditorium, tutorial classes, and e-library, among others. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Ibrahim, NTA News. Senator representing Southern Borno at the upper chamber of the National Assembly, who is also the chairman Senate Committee on Army, Mohammed Ali Ndume, says he will continue to serve his constituents diligently. The senator made this assertion when he invited APC stakeholders from Damboa local government for breaking of fast at his residence in Maiduguri. Abubakar Musa reports.
One of the qualities that has made Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume to continue to stand out among equals is his unalloyed benevolence in the society, especially to his constituents. It is in line with this long-standing magnanimity that the chairman, Senate Committee on Army, hosted APC stakeholders from Damboa local government, led by their party chairman, Mastar Kafar, for breaking of the fast, in addition to discussing issues affecting them as well as the party negatively, while underscoring the enormous blessings attached to the month of Ramadan, particularly feeding a fasting Muslim. Senator Mohammed Ali Ndume expressed gratitude to the APC stakeholders from Damboa for rallying around him and presented 6 million naira to them as Ramadan gift.
Don Allah ku yi encouraging yaranmu su je su yi apply wanda suna son soja. Sa'annan su yi practice ma'ana gudu kuma su je su yi medical check-up. Kara same su da hawan jini da hepatitis. In suna da shi su nemi magani kamin wata mai zuwa ne za a kira su.
APC chairman Dambua Masta Kafa, while responding on behalf of the stakeholders, described Dume as the best federal lawmaker ever produced in the political history of Southern Borno. Meanwhile, Senator Mohammed Ali Dume has distributed water pump machines to Mafa community in Goza with a view to supporting dry season farming within the community. It could be recalled that last year, Mafa Development Association had paid Senator Dume a visit at his Maiduguri residence, where they appealed to the lawmaker to assist them in the area of boosting farming activities. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Musa, NTA News.
In the spirit of the season, Chairman Magumeri Local Government Council Dr. Ali Lahan Yaomi has distributed food items to people of the area and stakeholders in the spirit of Ramadan fast. The distribution took place at the local government headquarters. Iya Maji now reports.
The hike in price of petroleum products across the country over the past few weeks has continued to induce fear in the heart and minds of Nigerians, as it does not only affect mobility but small businesses like production of ice blocks, among others. The product is in top demand, supply low and price high, especially in Maiduguri, Borno State capital, as Muslim faithful rehydrate after breaking the Ramadan fast. This has led to the proliferation of roadside selling points where youths engage in brisk business, making little money.
Beneficiaries of the items include local government officials, councillors, ward executives, as well as polling unit coordinators, among others. Presenting the food items in the spirit of Ramadan fast, Dr. Ali Lahan said the gesture was a directive from the state governor, Professor Babagana Umar Azam, to support the people during the holy month of Ramadan to cushion the hardship being faced by the people. Dr. Yami added that the food distribution is part of government social corporate responsibility to support the less privileged members of the society during the Ramadan fast.
Anan kadro gadara go shiro askanyana a local government buron sidin na sidin adidiyai sure na ande durobi a sidin ma da diye.
He charged the people to pray for the peace to reign in the state and the nation at large. The plugging up of the distribution exercise by the chairman was assisted by the council secretary Ali Lahan Kari, vice chairman Zanna Bukar, and APC secretary Ibrahim Bukar Borno Yesu. In Maiduguri, Iyamaji, NTA News.
Apologies for the early mix-up. It's time now to take a commercial break. The news continues shortly.
When you think of fruit juice and all the goodness that comes in it, think Chivita. It is many years of trust, quality, and all the goodness of fruit poured into one lovely pack, specially made for you. And there is more to choose from. Whatever your preferences are, there is a Chivita for you. If you love an active life, or you just want to relax and unwind, if you are the cool dude, or simply want to try something refreshingly different, however you want it, there is a Chivita for you.
Oh,
Yes. Check out our new Chivita Smart Malt Drink. Energy to learn, energy to play. So, what's your Chivita?
Welcome back, and now to the trending story. The hike in price of petroleum products has continued to take its toll on residents of Maiduguri, Borno State capital, as price of ice block has gone up during the Ramadan fasting when it is in high demand. The situation is further worsened by the high atmospheric temperatures and lack of electricity supply. Jadwa Jasani has a situation report.
The hike in price of petroleum products across the country over the past few weeks has continued to induce fear in the heart and minds of Nigerians, as it does not only affect mobility but small businesses like production of ice blocks, among others. The product is in top demand, supply low and price high, especially in Maiduguri, Borno State capital, as Muslim faithful rehydrate after breaking the Ramadan fast. This has led to the proliferation of roadside selling points where youths engage in brisk business, making little money for themselves. However, it is not business as usual at the ice block production market and shops in the metropolis, as a block of ice now goes for 70 to 100 naira as against 50 naira the previous year.
The price is too high. That's why bitterly we are complaining.
Lokaci ai muna iya siyan sa 50 naira ma.
Da man fetur da diesel duk suna da tsada. To ba mu yi mamakin karin farashin ba.
They are calling on governments and relevant authorities to intervene by surmounting the myriad of challenges.
We appeal to our leaders, if there's any way they are going to assist the poor.
Ice block marketers attributed the hike to increase in price of diesel as they operate on generators which runs for more than 10 hours to produce reasonable quantity of ice blocks for consumers in the absence of public source of power.
Da muna amfani da diesel bai wuce na naira 7,000 a kankara ba, amma sai mun sai diesel a generator na 30,000.
Yanzu dai kawai muna yi ne don kada mu zauna a gida, amma gaskiya akwai bambanci.
Man Allah ya samu ka samu wutan nefa, to za a samu rangwame sosai gaskiya.
For now, with the increasing hot weather and fasting in progress, consumers of ice blocks are left with no choice but to buy at any price to keep body and soul together. In Maiduguri, Jadwa Jessini, NTA News.
Now, more blessings are attached to Taraweeh night prayers as supplications are instantly answered. This is just a tip of the importance of engaging in night prayer during the holy month of Ramadan. Umaru Kirawa tells us more about Taraweeh night prayers.
Prayer is regarded as one of the important pillars of Islam, with multiplier blessings and bounties, particularly during the holy month of Ramadan, a month of forgiveness and to be close to the Creator of mankind.
Fasting in the holy month of Ramadan is accompanied by prescribed act of worship, prominent among which is Taraweeh night prayer, which Islamic scholars describe as an important means of getting abundant rewards in the holy month of Ramadan, which will pave way to the path of paradise.
Even though it is not obligatory for a Muslim to observe Taraweeh night prayers, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, night prayers during Ramadan is an expression of one's faith and to seek reward from Allah while previous sins will be forgiven.
Ka tashi kai iya gurgurdan ka ta bangaren ibada, ta bangaren sallan dare, ta bangaren ainihin zuwa wajen karatuttuka da kuma sauran ayyuka na alheri da yawan karatun Qur'ani. Saboda wannan wata ne na karatun Qur'ani.
Therefore, it is highly recommended for both men, women, young and old to observe Taraweeh night prayers after Isha prayers among congregation for more blessings to purify the soul and strengthen bond of relationship with others. In Maiduguri, Umaru Kirawa, NTA News.
Borno State Ministry of Works, under the leadership of the Commissioner Architect Isa Halidu, is sparing no effort in ensuring that all ongoing developmental projects are completed within the stipulated period in line with the policy thrust of Governor Babagana Umar Zulum, while completed ones have met the criteria. A 30-minute program on this development will come your way immediately after the local news by 7:30 p.m. And on that note, we have come to the end of the news. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Ramadan Mubarak.